level my roguish archetype feature and my sneak attack increase.
Ah.
By 8th level, it's just full.
Right, and that's the other thing. If you go back to leveling your rogue on your eighth,
It'll
you'll
kick
get
back to
nothing.
8. Right.
Right.
But I figured for that while, the bonus damage from my dex will be very handy.
I wonder why no tabletop takes up like the Final Fantasy 11 sort of multi-classing system, because I feel like that's a lot better. But D&D's kind of like that, but not really, because if you're level 4 to get a level in another class, it costs you the distance between level 4 and level 5. Right? As opposed to like in Final Fantasy 11, getting to level 4 in any class costs the same amount of experience. And then you could like multi-class into another combo.
Second edition was like that, where you would just divide XP you got between all the classes you had.
Oh, that's neat. I assume that system didn't persist because people didn't like it?
It was very hard to balance.
That is very fair. That is really fair. I accept that as being true.
So we're just missing Mia.
Yep. Right, who is going to be 30 minutes late. So we can probably start. Let me make sure I have
Let me
60 by 60 room, the circle room, 2 towel room, 1 towel room.
I need some water. I need to pee before we start, so I'm going to do that.
And
be right back.
Wonderful. Okay.
Just in case, because I don't know if people heard me, I'm going to go pee before we start.
Yep. Ace is urinating.
Ace is urinating. So, the fortress is extremely large and complicated, and for that reason alone, I haven't mapped it out in Roll20. I'll describe things to you, and I have this one map that's essentially just like a bunch of different rooms that's essentially like a battle mat that we'll use to like just make sure of placements and such.
Wait, so none of the maps transferred over?
The maps transferred over, but I never made a map for Fort Wayfar, right?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I made it in like Photoshop. I made it in GIMP, but because it's so large and complex. In fact, if I turn all the floors on at once, send you the picture, you'll probably understand.
Where's this?
Where did I put it? I put it in D&D folder. There we go. And because it's such a huge, complicated mess, and you don't know which floor is which, I don't think it's like a big spoiler or anything like that. But yeah. This is currently what it is, and I'm only up to the 6th floor.
Wow. This is going to be a big dungeon to explore.
It's extremely big.
Good. I'm excited.
And it's still continuing. I'm not done yet. DICE have not allowed it to stop yet.
Oh, wow. This is all randomly generated?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
There's going to be one fortress eventually overtake it after 9 sessions.
So I put in a hard line to my computer. So I should not lose internet connectivity during this session.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Oh,
I
don't
thought
do
it
it.
was going to be happy because the
Don't
first floor was
do
so simple. And then I got a goddamn elevator. And then everything went to hell.
You got an elevator off of a dice?
So here's the thing. A hallway and a door, right, or what's beyond a door, turn into stairs on a roll of a 20. On a roll of a second 20, it turns into an elevator that goes up one floor and goes down one floor.
Wait, so you got double 20s?
And that's when the chaos began. Because then I started getting stairs all over the place. At one point, I got stairs that went up 3 floors. I think at one point I got like stairs that went up a floor, followed by stairs that went down 2 floors. So yeah, fun stuff.
You're gonna have so much fun making all these maps.
I'm going to need to make a new layer called player movements. So that way I don't lose where the hell you guys are.
Dark, what the fuck is this picture?
That's the dungeon. Or fortress, rather.
Oh god.
It's all the floors superimposed upon my map.
Oh, good. Okay. I have to do a lot of things before I hit the start stream button. Dungeons and Dragons. Throne, Shatter.
Pronounced Dragon.
I'm not even sure if you guys should even go towards the fortress at this point.
We might
Why?
There's a
not.
lot of demons in there.
Yeah, we're gonna
yeah.
kill them all.
That's kind of our thing.
Yeah.
We kill demons.
Alright.
I mean, I'm okay with not heading towards the fortress now and
Let me
just
get
killing
some
people in
water.
other places. If you want to have more
I'll be
time
right
to
back. I need to get something to drink.
make it deeper.
Well, I don't think we can stay where we are now. That's for...
All right, so yeah, when you guys come and get me, I want a full update.
Well, she's making us spend the night.
This is true.
Which is not something I really want to do, especially if we're killing her daughter.
I'm really glad that that you came up with the we keep all the copper on the boat, because I was definitely just like walking around with that shit in my back pocket.
Well, I always stowed my stuff other than what I was taking. Like, the manuals for the boat, I wouldn't bring those with me. There's no reason to. I'd leave them on the boat. All right, then I'm gonna take a level in Paladin. I think is what I'm gonna do.
What does that give you?
Besides the ability to
Level
smite.
1, really, no. I get that at level 2.
Yeah.
I'd have to take my next, which I plan to. I at least want to get to level 2. First level, really, it only lets me heal people for 5 HP, and that's
Lay
it.
on hands.
And I get Divine Sense, and that's about it. Later, I will take the dueling fighting style, When you are wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you get a +2 bonus to damage rolls with that weapon. I also took Polearm, which can be used with quarterstaffs. And anytime a creature approaches me, I can use my reaction and make a melee weapon attack against it as my reaction. So it comes to me, I can hit it with my quarterstaff. Which is one of the other reasons I wanted to make that quarterstaff a magical, or wanted to make that quarterstaff, or make that polearm into a quarterstaff.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I don't really know what it's gonna do, but Dark will
Bind everybody.
And then at second level, not only do I get dueling, but then I can use smite.
Okay.
So I can roll a 2d8.
Okay, are we all good?
Almost.
Almost. I will eat this thing.
That's my knife.
Let's see. Let me put it in Prey. Let me put it in Shan. Let me put it in. Why not? Ike, Spooty Place. Lokedown. A-Star has sellouts. So I'm gonna spam that because I'm.
Oh wow, you got 18 cold damage on that? That's holy shit. That does a lot of damage.
It does a fair amount of damage. I'm more impressed with the range and the fact that it's a cone.
300-foot cone.
Yeah, well, it's not a cone; it's a cylinder.
20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder.
Yeah, and the fact that anyone that's in it is now in difficult terrain, and because it's a cylinder.
Unless you're decoy, because difficult terrain doesn't affect me. What?
Oh, yeah. It's fine. If you were in there, I probably would have made it a careful spell anyway. Which means you just auto-win your dodge, so you take no damage and there's no difficult terrain.
Good. Oops.
Okay, I think I've done all of the promotions that I can do. Next, I have to put my screen back on the right desktop. Next, I have to hit the start streaming button. Is everyone ready?
Last time.
Ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Let me make sure I'm not hosting anyone.
You're hosting W. Shand, I believe.
No, I'm not. Not anymore.
Wonderful.
We should be live. Probably.
Are we live?
Yeah.
I wish you would. I wish you'd give us a countdown or something.
The last time I gave you a countdown, you didn't listen to me, so I just hit the button.
This is where we pretend. Ace's Stream, where we all pretend to be professional.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we've been live for like 40 seconds.
Wonderful.
Well, 15 seconds to be fair.
Welcome back to Throne Shatter. Last time on Throne Shatter, the party had arrived in the country of Evernight at the fortress known as Lulth's Web. They had gone about the town, which was very afraid of them. Even the city guards were absolutely afraid, but mostly because of House Zelotian. The very annoying woman had been very quick to remind everyone which she was part of. Apparently she was telling the truth when she said that her family had great sway in her home country. So much so that everyone was panicking to ensure that the party had everything they could possibly need. And also made sure that they would not mention their name to the Lady of the Web, the head of House Zeloshin, Kisra Zeloshin. Now,
I'm not gonna lie to you, Narc. I expected that shit to be another. My fucking father is the Duke of Nintendium, except there is no Duke of Nintendium.
Oh yes, I'm a very important person. You should get me.
Yeah, I expected that shit to be a flat out lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. But apparently, it was not a flat out lie.
Really glad I didn't kill her.
Right. For now. Really glad you didn't kill her for now. Because why don't you tell us about the cliffhanger that we left off on, Dirk?
after Lorraine, the woman that the party had been escorting on the way, all the way to here, had left the room with Beatrix, now calling herself Lorraine Beatrix Stordabar. The two left the room to try and map out Madame Stordabar's home country, which is apparently on a different continent. After the two left, the Lady of the Web looked to the party and said that Forain was reaching the age that is around the time when drow women kill their mother and then take their throne. So she asked the party to do the logical thing, kill her daughter. And that's where we left off.
So I know I'm charismatic as fuck, but what the fuck do I say in response to this? Because holy shit.
Okay, so she just said, I want you to kill my daughter.
Right.
Yep.
I'm gonna start laughing. Oh, such jibes, Your Majesty. Surely you wouldn't, in front of 3 complete strangers, ask us to kill your daughter. I mean, I hardly know these 2 men, too. You'd be better off seeking our compatriot on the boat if an assassination is what you wanted, for he is a great bounty hunter. I may have talked to him if you were serious. Of course, we all know you're not. And if you were serious, then I assume you would just visit me in my rooms for a private discussion about the matter later on. And then I laugh again.
Do I even have to roll insight for that?
Yes.
Hold on. That's perception. That's not what you want. What is
No.
it? Performance?
It's gonna be performance or
Oh, no.
deception.
This deception is a thing.
Yeah.
18.
I'm not gonna win this one.
Inside checks.
I told you. I was like, I have a +1. I'm not winning this. Insight is wisdom. If it had been the other way around, I would have won, but then I would have been telling the lies. And then this is where Dirk tells me you totally believe everything.
I know I'm lying.
I play a jaunty tune.
Wait, did he go bard?
No.
Why do you have a lute?
Yeah, why do you have a lute? It's a good question. Oh, whoops, wrong thing.
An insight and check this. Does he at all find what Rio had said suspicious?
Suspicious? No.
Becca
as soon
Universe,
as you heard what she
thank you
said,
for the follow and welcome
Just
to
tuned
the
it all out.
madness, where today we are
basically
playing
decided
Dungeons
that
and
he wanted nothing
Dragons,
to do with him.
5th edition. And we were asked to assassinate a
looking for the
princess.
most gracious way to make an exit.
Could you turn your mic up a bit?
No. Yes.
Okay.
You didn't do that in roll 20. Or not roll 20. You can't do shit in roll. You can do that in Discord.
Okay.
Input volume. I have turned up my mic a bit. Is that better?
I just turned you up to like double. And it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just leave yourself there, Dan.
Okay.
Okay. She laughs along. Oh, it appears I made a funny again. Oh,
Is this
perhaps.
where I believe everything that Rio is saying? Can I roll to disbelieve, but harder?
I believe you already tried.
Can I roll to disbelieve harder?
I don't understand what you're trying to disbelieve.
How good you are at the loot.
I'm pretty good. I'm not the best.
Also, I guess I can't roll to disbelieve harder. Can I?
Anyways,
all right.
she continues.
I'm gonna go with it.
Yes, well, that would certainly be fine. You said you had a companion on your ship. Well, why is he not here with us? Certainly, he would enjoy a nice, luxurious room here instead of being on a stuffy boat all night.
We have a couple of captives on our ship. And we don't want them to get loose.
Oh. Well,
the captives in
I'm
question
sure my
are,
gods could.
The captive in question are demons, my lady. They are needed for further questioning.
Well, I'm sure my guards can guard your prisoners for you.
Rio, that's on you. Do you want guards on the boat? It's your boat.
No, I don't want to try to kill her in the castle. Like, if we're gonna kill her, I want her on our ship. That way, when she's dead, we can leave.
Right.
If that's what we're doing.
Or
I don't want to kill her and then try to escape from here.
Right.
That sounds like a bad day.
Right. No, yeah, I agree. Except I believe everything that you've already told me, so I have no idea that you're maybe planning to kill this woman. I believe that you guys are just making an elaborate joke that I didn't clue in on.
Humor is not your strong suit.
No, it is not. This is why I like animals more than people.
Or you're just trying to be so polite that, that was a terrible joke. I'm just going to keep laughing with it.
Right, exactly.
Because I'm so good at charisma.
I just politely chuckle. I'm like, haha, yeah. A joke. I got it.
Right. Shit, there's no reason why her guards can't fucking watch him. Other than they're well, alright, so I guess I'll do a half-truth. Mr. Denacht at the moment has current sway on these demons that keep them complacent.
Mr. Denacht?
Shit.
From Denacht's Deadly Duo?
Totally meant to not say his name. Just so she couldn't put a bounty on him in her city. God. Yes!
Why, you're practically famous all over. Oh, if I had known he was here. I said his other half is it the cat or is it you? Who's the other half of the duo? Is it Rio or is it the cat?
No one knows. Anybody that's seen the cat has not lived.
Okay.
They have seen a cat.
Other than everybody in the party,
he'll
three guys that we escorted.
Right, I've seen a cat, but I've also fed it demon meat.
Right, no,
and
I meant like half Rio cat. Like anyone that's seen half Rio cat has not lived. The cat's made some appearances, but it's regarded that one of his closest friends is the other part of the duo.
Okay.
Good.
The world famous Mr. Denoct of Denoct's Deadly Duo? Oh, I'll have to be sure to set a high bounty. I mean, I'm only joking.
I also laugh.
I laugh too. Ha ha ha! This is all a joke I don't get.
Well then,
uncomfortably.
he must come here. I mean, of such a famous man in my lands, I must see him. I won't take no for an answer.
Maybe it is then. All right, I guess send for him. And good, yes. Put guards on our ship. Good. That's great. That's what we want. That's what we want. This is why I don't like people on my boat, man. This is why I don't like people on my boat.
Yeah, everything bad that's happened so far has been because people have been on your boat.
Oh, yes, I will do just that then. And she snaps her fingers, and one of the servants comes over, whispers something in his ear, and the man goes out of the room.
We seem to be in a lose-lose scenario here.
I know how to get out of this.
You know how to get out of this?
Chandeliers. How many chandeliers are there?
It's quite a small. There's only one.
All right.
This is like a lounge.
Then I know exactly what to do.
I do not want to be left holding the bag here, so here's what's going to happen for me. I'm going to just leave. I'm going to dimension door out of this motherfucker. I don't give a shit.
Can I use that door also? Can it? Is it a two-person door?
I don't even have dimension door. I could turn myself into a rodent by polymorphing myself and not resisting. That's my way out of here.
That seems unwise.
Back at the docks.
Oh, Jesus.
Meanwhile, back at the hotel.
Mr. Denoct is currently resting in front of the door that is barred and locked by Varys's painted key. Mr. Denoct has been holding the magic pole arm that was stolen from Word Eater, where he's currently controlling about 4 demons in the brig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we only... Yeah. 4.
This is all a good idea.
No, there were... Yeah.
Nothing bad could possibly happen from this scenario.
Do we know how long the influence lasts?
You do not.
Nor do we know the radius, which is why I left you there. Unfortunately, we're getting...
Butt fucked?
Right.
I believe the term is butt fucked.
I'm going to put the staff, like when I get something, I'm going to put the staff in the safe on the boat to lock it on the boat.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we'll start there.
You suddenly hear someone shouting something
Just give it to the captain.
from off the ship.
Oh.
Yeah, I would trust the
there.
captain more than... Yeah, the captain stayed on the boat. We extended to him the invitation. He was like, "Yar, no."
Captain's smart.
The captain's a smart man.
The
Captain!
captain comes down the stairs into the lowest reaches of the deck. Sees Mr. Denoct. Yar! There be men calling for ye, Mr. Denoct.
All right, Captain. You got this, right? And I hand him the weapon of influence.
Yar! I certainly hope so.
Yar,
Take
good night.
the weapon.
All right, and then I go up to meet these fine fellows.
Yar. If demons take over the ship and then sail out of here, it's been good sailing with you.
I'll kill them all because Captain said so.
So you head up the deck of the ship.
Yep.
You see drow guards essentially standing on the docks. One of them's like, not stomping, but like, what is it that you do when you patting your foot?
Impatient.
Right, that impatient like foot.
I would say it's more like a shuffle.
It's not a shuffle. It's when you like
Tapping your foot.
Tapping. Thank you. There we go. Tapping her foot impatiently.
Mm-hmm.
When you emerge onto the deck, the guard instantly shouts out, "Are you Mr. Denox of Denox Deadly Duo?"
Oh man, I'm famous here. Yes, I am.
By order of the Lady of the Web, you are to report to Zelociant Manor at once.
Is there a bounty involved?
Possibly.
Works for me. And then I waltz off towards the largest building in sight.
Mr. Knock is a simple man. He only needs a bounty
simple
and he's happy.
A knife in the throat and I'm happy.
Along the path, they seem to be guiding you. Unlike the others that were like revered, they seem to be pretty aggressive in their stance. They are going to bring you to this place. You are not leading them. They are leading you.
They're leading me?
Yes.
That's how you like your women, right?
I make note.
I
make note of their faces just in case I want to sketch up a bounty for them later.
Okay. They lead you to this very large-looking. It almost looks like a castle, really. That is floating. It is suspended in air. There's not really anything connecting it to the land around it.
Wait, so quick question for context.
Yeah.
Are the drow not in the Underdark here?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
They are in the country of Evernight, which has been magically enchanted through the powers of Lolth to forever be at midnight.
Very original name. Okay, cool.
So, one of the drow guards places her hand on the ground, and then stonework from beneath these floating islands form around and then make this bridge. They just kind of cobble together this path that leads directly into the manor. Move! And they push you forward onto the bridge.
I'm going to see if I can
It's not very nice.
take his action
Mm-hmm.
and then like shift it so that he falls to the ground.
Give me an acrobatics check.
20.
You rolled like
You rolled a
shit.
natural 20. Or she rolled a natural 20.
She rolled a natural 20?
She rolled a natural 20.
But defenders always win, right?
She rolled a 20, you rolled a 9. You just have good bonuses.
Damn it. Alright.
You attempt to try and trip her in her attempt to push you. But she anchors herself by putting one of her legs back. And with the other, she just kicks you forward onto the bridge. I said move! And the bridge itself is very ornate. There are these orbs filled with a liquid that glows like this light blue. There's chandeliers that are also filled with this liquid that lighten the path all the way to the door. There's 2 drow guards on either side of the door, and as you approach, they uncross their pikes and let you through. You now find yourself in this long hall. There's candles and a window that shows an outside, but that makes no sense because remembering from where you are in the manor, the window should be looking into another room, another part of the manor, but instead it shows an outside that has trees that aren't even here. The entire outside scape is something that's foreign to these lands. And then you realize it's probably some kind of illusion.
I was really hoping for like a portal.
It might also be a portal. You know magic is definitely at work here.
Okay.
They continue to push you forward until you reach a side door in this hall. They knock twice, and then the door opens. So, back in the lounge, you both heard that knock. Then a servant turns to the door, opens it, and then the guards push Mr. Denacht into the room.
Apparently the 3 of us are 2 people now. Unless
Did I say 2?
Yeah, you said both of you.
Oh,
Both implies
sorry.
2.
3 of you. All 3 of you.
Okay.
Great. And then we see Mr. Denacht walked in.
Yes. Ah! Mr. Denacht! You see this very well-dressed woman, black and silver dress. She has like this metal there's metal work in her dress that looks like spiderweb.
Okay.
The metalwork is probably either platinum or silver. You're not quite sure. She looks to you. Ah, Mr. Denacht of Denacht's Deadly Duo, I assume.
The one, the only.
She stands up a bit. Please sit down, and she motions over to a couch that Rio is currently sitting on one half of.
Sit next to Rio.
She sits down. She appears to be her expression seems to be a little bit less friendly for some reason. You're not quite sure why.
Is this the same chick that we rescued?
No, this is her
this
mother.
is her mom.
Okay. Can I do an insight to see why she might not be
Sure.
so receptive? Nat 20.
You sat down before she did.
Just establishing my place here.
Establish
She did.
dominance.
She did ask me to sit though.
She did. You get the feeling that there's some kind of like polite society kind of thing, that even though she's told you to sit down, you weren't supposed to sit down until she sat down. Right. Is there a drink we can get you, Mr. Denacht?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. You see that everyone here except for Kiev and yourself are currently holding drinks.
I am going to drink mine even faster now.
So,
Because I believe we have
Mr.
entered
Denat,
the fever dream state.
I heard that you are quite the bounty hunter.
Gosh, where could you have heard that?
Might I ask, who is the other member of your deadly duo?
Some say my better half, some say some feline plus my help. Don't know. Kind of just a mystery. For me to know.
I'm
and
sorry.
you
Feline... what?
not. Sorry. Old world tongue. For me
Old
to
world
know.
tongue?
Me to know, and you to maybe find out one day.
Oh, you speak... And then she says this in Old Tongue. You speak Old Tongue?
Why, yes.
Oh, magnificent.
Yeah, that's the
dare
word for
say,
it.
I did not expect you to be such a well-educated gentleman.
Yeah, that's a word for it.
Gentlemen. Educated. Oh! I guess I am.
Nice.
Well done. That's 2 nat 20s in a row for anyone else keeping track.
I was asking. That's 2 nat 20s in a row is 25 out of 10,000 chance.
Nat
Figured
20,
that out.
Nat 20 is 1 out of 20 chance, you goober.
Yeah, but that's 5%, and then a 5% of a 5%.
Oh, 5% of 5%,
2 nat
yeah.
20s in a row.
Yeah.
Chances are 25 out of 10,000.
I feel like you could reduce that fraction quite a bit.
To 2.5 out of every 1,000, yes.
There you go.
Anyways.
5%.
Surely we must talk later about more academic things.
Of course.
In the meantime, she kind of casts a weary eye to Varus and Kiev and Rio. Well, actually, no, not Rio. I have a proposition. She's still saying this in Old Tongue. I have a proposition for you, although that can wait till later tonight. In the meantime, and then she switches back to Common. Gentlemen, why don't we all have a splendid dinner? Doesn't that sound fantastic?
I turn to Rio and I ask him, why does the cat fly over the moon in Old Tongue?
To get across the road.
Why would you ask me that? I can't tell you anything in common.
Appropriate answer.
He asked it in Old Tongue.
Yeah, I asked it in Old Tongue.
Right. So if he doesn't understand Old Tongue, I have to tell him in common, and I can't tell him in common.
Well, do it your best shot.
Or respond to me in Old Tongue.
But she said we're going to have dinner in common.
Right,
Yes.
but before that she said something in Old Tongue, and I'm pretending to not know what she said. That's the bit! That's the bit!
In a different section of the manor, Frain and Beatrix come to a room that is filled with scrolls and one gigantic book, direct center, held up by a comparatively or scale-wise short but still quite massive podium. An old man who, even by Drow standards, is quite old, fiddles about with a quill and ink, writing something in this massive book. Farain speaks first. Knowledge Keeper. And the old man says, Lady Farain, how have you been? Who is your friend? Oh, this is Arain Beatrix Stordabar. Mother has sent her here because she comes from a different country, a different place altogether, and Mother wishes for her country to be added to our maps. Oh, wonderful! That'll show those people off in the Swan Tower. Yes, and in Black Isle. Oh, they'll have to come to us for the greatest maps in the world now. But what's this lady doing here? You'll have to excuse the Knowledge Master. He's quite soft in the head or anything that's not especially academic.
Oh, that is just fine.
Hey.
Knowledge Master, she will tell you exactly where the dimensions of her homeland, so that we may have the greater map and trade with this far-off province. Yes, that's right. Lady, what's your name again? He comes down from a little, step ladder that he's been on, and he hobbles over to you and extends a hand. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well, map maker.
It doesn't matter. And he shakes your hand. He grabs your hand and shakes it. He does not accept a simple bow. Now come here. And he hobbles over to a large sequence of, it's a large sequence of papers that are hung on the wall that make up a map of the continent. Now, did you come from the east or the west?
From the east.
Of course, that makes sense. There's some land over here, and he points to one of the corners that has little markings of land just off the map. We know there's something there, but it's been so long. These maps are from before the throne shatter. Do you even know about that? You're not even from here.
No, I had no idea.
Oh, are you telling me there were lands out there that the demons could not even conquer?
Well, there's nothing in our history about it.
By the gods. So,
But you're going to want to look a little bit north of that little piece of land. If I remember correctly, I think that is just an island. I don't see anything on your map that would depict my continent at all.
Oh. He starts setting up papers along the walls to extend this map.
Nice, mate.
Give me a red.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the madness. Today we're playing not Final Fantasy, what?
Well,
Dungeons
it's about
and Dragons
a month's
5th edition.
journey northeast.
He has a stick with notches on it, puts it up to the paper, starts not tracing it, but counting up the notches, And then he makes an X on one of the pages. He puts the stick down. So about there, would that be right?
That's about correct, sir.
Oh, so what's it like? Is it mountainous, on the coast? Tell me about this land.
Think of an upside down U shape.
Like an N?
Sure, like an N. Lowercase, of course.
And he draws the shape.
Very treacherous. Mountains, cliffs.
Oh. He starts making notes on the paper. Do these mountains have names? Let me draw. What's the mountain range like?
The mountain range circles the whole edge of the continent.
Oh, and he starts drawing triangles around it to denote mountains. Does the mountain range have a name?
Not really. We never really thought to name it, seeing as it's a small country.
Oh, I see.
It just kind of encompasses our town of Swiles.
Swiles, you say? He writes that down. Swiles. Big text. What do they make in Swiles?
We mostly trade through our seaport, so we do a lot of fishing. Many species that you wouldn't be able to find here.
He writes down fish. Anything else?
Not particularly.
Anything else to note about your country? Swiles.
Well, we could be here all day, sir.
Well, you can't. It's stuck at midnight. There is no day.
Well, then hours on end, and I do grow tired of all your questions.
Are all people at Swiles so... What's the word? Lackadaisical?
If you wish, I could send for some of our adventurers, and then they could give you a detailed explanation of the whole continent.
I think that would be splendid.
Then that's what we shall do.
You'll be able to get news to them.
Well, it would be most likely 2 months before they could even be here.
That makes sense. Okay. Should we... When do you think you'll be able to get back to your country? As soon as possible?
Well, it depends on how
or
long
should we send our own messengers out?
You may send your own messengers.
Wonderful. He starts writing things down. Okay then, Miss...
Ariane Stordabar.
Stordabar. You might not be very helpful, but you're helpful enough. Or whatever. I don't know. And then he's like, well, and he puts his pen down, or quill down. I suppose that's all the questions I have for now. You can return to whatever it was you were doing.
Glad to be of service. Shall we go, Farin?
Oh yes, I'm certain Mother is just... I don't know what. Worried that I'm not around, probably.
Yeah, she's worried. Totally worried.
Starts leading you back. So, Are you a lady back in, Twiles, or are you just common folk?
I am a lady in waiting.
Oh. I see. Well,
I don't know what that means.
I tend the princess, but I do
Uh-huh.
have my own small town in our country.
Gotcha.
well, I must say that would put you a station above me, but from how you have described your home, I'm not sure if the reality is as such. Not that I am jealous or anything.
Oh no, we will never be on your level.
Well, there is no need to be so down on yourself. I'm certain one day, with the help of Evernight and House Zelotion, that even Smiles will be able to achieve all this greatness. And she kind of just like motions to the manor around you.
Yes, I do see our friendship budding.
But I'm not so certain Mother would be so fond to trade fish. I'm sure that if we alter the letter that no doubt the good knowledge keeper is writing right now, to include gems, strange ores and alloys, Mother might be a bit more quick to send an expedition to your hometown.
We could definitely do that. We do have our mining, but that isn't usually what we trade out. But I'm sure we
why
can make an
not?
exception for you.
Are your people not very good miners? I suppose you are a bit too tall to be very dwarven.
It's not that. The gems are not really considered a necessity for life.
Oh. Are you saying that your gems are so common that they are just unimportant to your people?
It's not that they're common, but they definitely won't feed you.
Like fish.
Like fish.
Oh,
Goats.
Or orphans.
Or orphans. Orphans will feed you.
such an absolutely alien mindset. I could never view gems as so lowly. It's at this point that the two of you reach the lounge door. After you, Lady Stordavar.
Why, thank you. I open it and I lead her in.
You guys see Beatrix enter the door, followed by the drow that you had hung out with on the boat. Oh, my dearest daughter, we were about to go have dinner. I heard that Mr. Denacht is quite the chef. Certainly you can show our chef a thing or two.
What? Who said that? When was that said?
Yes,
It
yes.
wasn't that.
I know exactly what I'm doing in the kitchen.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
With all the knives.
Really? Is this how we're doing this?
What? Why is that a thing?
You know that meat on fire equals cooked meat.
All right, I know exactly.
In
what I'm
comment,
doing
I
in the
turned to
kitchen.
Mr. Denacht and I'm like, "You cook? That's amazing!"
I know. Surprised me too.
All right. Well, my passive perception is somewhere on here. 17. Can I tell that they were whispering to each other?
Who?
The Nacht and the Queen.
They didn't seem to whisper all that much.
What the fuck did this cooking shit happen?
It did not.
It happened ad lib right now as we are experiencing it.
Correct.
Inside, I think that she thinks that Mr. Denok's a good cook.
She...
Crap.
You get the feeling that this has nothing to do with his cooking skills. This has to do with some other skill of his.
Ah, damn it. Probably has to do with knives. That's all the same. Alright, so I guess I go to the kitchen.
You're all led out to the dining room. Kisra, the lady of the manor, stops Denacht. Oh, Mr. Denacht, one last thing. My daughter absolutely adores this spice. And I think they would be very special of you to put it on her food for me.
Is this like, are we in a reality television show and we're not supposed to know what's happening? Can I roll insight again? Because this is like way too fucking obvious for me. Great, same result. Same fucking result. I believe everything that's happening. It's the princess's favorite spice. I am an idiot.
Alright, I'm gonna use perception.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
Whatever you're trying to see, you didn't. Mr. Denacht understands that this is some kind of poison. And
I
she
do? I was
intends for
really
you.
assuming that this was the spice.
Alright. Since I didn't get a good look at the herbs, I'm gonna roll my herbalism kit with disadvantage. Which apparently is 26 and 25.
If you want to do disadvantage
Wait, yeah,
automatically, if you go to the character sheet on core and then go to the top right, there's normal, advantage, disadvantage.
Oh,
So you can do disadvantage arcana. There you go.
Can I insight as to what's going on and why everybody's acting all strange?
I like whisper to her.
Uh-huh.
I whisper to her, is this full of tiny knives?
She whispers back, it will certainly feel like it.
Oh, okay, good. And then I go off to the kitchen.
You want to collect that bounty, don't you?
How much we talking?
Right, we haven't discussed terms or anything? God damn it, this is like a fucking shit show. I'm polymorphing myself into a rat and I am leaving.
I think I need to speak with her in the kitchen.
She
would
leads
not
you
go
over
to
to the kitchen,
She would not go to the kitchen.
personally.
Can I?
Insight as to what's going on?
The kitchen.
You know something very suspicious is going on right now.
Is her daughter there?
Can I identify this spice?
I feel like if her daughter's there,
You don't know
she's
about
really
this
thick.
Oh, Mr. Denacht, are you going to be doing a cooking show for us?
She said it out loud and handed him a jar.
Right?
No, she
Look
whispered
at the
it
jar.
to him. She whispered it to him.
Okay, that was my confusion, but I'm still fucking like, what the fuck is happening? Oh
Alright,
my god.
so when we're out of earshot of the others,
Mm-hmm.
I ask her the terms and conditions.
Well, what would you have as a reward, Mr. They're in the kitchen right now. What would you have as a reward, Mr. Denacht?
I'm not
Do you have
gonna
any
get to that guy's library.
magical items that you'd be willing to part with? I'm a collector myself.
No, but
Please don't give him anything.
your friends had mentioned a need to identify their magical equipment. When my court wizard returns, I'm sure she'll be able to find you some kind of magical artifact here or there.
Oh, then I guess we have a deal.
Wonderful.
Great.
Now,
That was the deal for without murdering her daughter.
Right, you should definitely.
Mr. Danak doesn't know about
I
that.
don't know any
She
of that.
just said it out loud! She just
No.
said, your friends have already asked for the thing!
Yeah, but that did not involve me.
But she told you! She said it!
No, she said that my friends are getting that.
Look, man, he
And
rolled.
is her court magician looking for magical artifacts for you guys, or just identifying your shit?
Just identifying.
See, that's the part. Her court magician is getting magical items for me.
How?
Potentially.
I'm not drunk enough for this scenario.
My intelligence is 8.
I'm not drunk enough for this scenario.
What's confusing you?
Nothing. That's what I need the alcohol for.
I just don't think he's comfortable enough with me killing the chick that we just saved.
Unprovoked, with barely a promise of reward, and she could just as easily kill us all in our sleep, and we're just like not thinking this through very well, and I'm just gonna shut up because I don't know anything.
I thought it through very well.
I think it's an elaborate joke because my insight is terrible.
All right, so I take the.
Just make
powder.
sure that the spice is on her dish, and everything else will be copacetic.
I don't even.
And that's when you roll inside.
I'm going to have to Eldritch blast my way out of this fucking castle. I'm not happy.
You do get the feeling that this form of killing is quite obvious, and there might be something really suspicious going on right now.
Okay.
In fact, you're almost certain something really suspicious is going on right now.
All right, so I shoo her out of the kitchen and I take my action in the kitchen, which is to poison her food, not the daughter's.
Okay.
And then, so do I need to roll anything for that, or am I just that?
Are you trying to hide the poison or just sprinkle it on?
No, hide the poison.
Okay.
Sleight of hand.
He's a professional bounty hunter, goddammit.
Since my cooking skills are of such renown, can I get advantage on this?
Your cooking skills are not actually of renown. She was lying to her daughter to give you a reason to be in the kitchen to poison her.
But does Mr. Danak believe that his cooking
But
skills are
do I
beyond renown?
believe that they're of such renown?
Give me another insight check.
I just did. It's 24.
No,
You
another
want
one.
low insight to believe you're a chef with renown.
13.
I guess he believes it. I didn't even know I was such a good cook. I thought I just killed people.
Man, this shit is so easy.
She was so convincing in that one moment that you were a renowned chef that you believe it. So I'll give you now that you think.
Nat
Wow.
20!
Okay then. Oh my god.
Undetectable! Undetectable!
This
Alright.
is.
Well, I think
You hide the leaves of this herb into the folds of the meat where it wouldn't be obvious to anyone who is eating it where it was. In fact, it's so well hidden that you're quite certain, even if someone were to realize she was poisoned, they'd never realize it was the meat. Could have been the wine, maybe the fork's poison. You don't know.
He doesn't even know where he put it.
Right.
By the time you're done, you've already forgotten where the poison is.
Where's all this meat? It must be under all the poison.
That's not good. No one eat dinner.
Alright. So, turns out, party wipe. Thanks, decoy.
That still might happen.
Don't worry. We're leading up to it.
Definitely not getting a reward.
Why? We just tell the daughter the ruse. Everything is good. Everything is copacetic, I believe is what it was.
Everything is copacetic.
And you're poisoning not the daughter, but the mother?
The mother.
Correct.
Okay.
Because she said it would feel like 1,000 knives, so don't give me the poison. I don't kill with poison. She's killing herself with poison. And I'm going to justify this with a 9, so it works.
Your complete lack of logic is absolutely justified in your own head.
Yes!
Your strange sense of morals, for some reason, does not ever conflict with your own sense of morality.
As long as there's a dead person, then the morals are justified.
Right.
The
corpse justifies the means.
To
That's Mr.
a very long, ornate table. The table seems to be, it's a very dark, almost black wood. There is lines of silver that is essentially melted into, what is most likely carvings into the wood. The silver depicts the various battles against demons from... give me a history check.
I fail.
I'm adding the corpse justifies the means to my personality.
I autofill history checks from this world.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, shit.
That's why I
Did
yelled
I roll
that.
at disadvantage? I rolled at disadvantage. God
You
damn
haven't
it.
learned anything since you've been here?
Right, that's the thing. You have to switch it back and forth. I don't like
What the
that
fuck?
at all.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like just having the 2 numbers.
You can set it so that way it automatically resets it.
It's not resetting for me.
Where do you
some
set
reason.
that?
Are we rolling with disadvantage?
No.
Oh, look at that. There's a roll 2. If you go under options, there's a roll 2. Let me see it. Let me check this.
Oh, roll 2. Thank you.
Boom! Look at that.
Thank you. History. I don't know why it still says I'm at disadvantage.
You rolled twice at disadvantage.
I've rolled 3 times at disadvantage. It still doesn't fucking go
So
away.
you can set it to automatically revert this advantage.
It should have been.
Set it to advantage and then roll.
There we go. I fixed it.
How did you do that?
By setting it to automatically revert.
Oh, where's automatic? I did set that.
Don't know what I'm doing.
Whatever. Fuck it.
Okay, what was everyone's... Beatrix got a 22. Dinak automatically fails.
It's still running at disadvantage, but whatever. I don't care. Because
You might want to close your window and reopen it.
Yeah.
What was
Goodbye.
Keo's original roll? Well, it only rolled once, so I don't know why it's...
No, Kiev rolled a 5 and then an 8.
I didn't.
Well, Varys and Beatrix knows that these pictographs denote the...
Sorry, just ignore everything I'm doing. God damn it!
So much just a
Can you close your window and reopen it, or have you already done that?
I already did that. So, I guess I'm doing it for the whole thing.
Well, it's only rolling once for you.
Yeah. Hit roll 2.
Yeah, I know.
I can still
Did
hear
you guys not see me rolling 2?
No.
Because it was on my screen.
We saw you roll 2 sometimes,
Okay.
Yeah.
but it's only rolling once now. Anyways, the pictures essentially denote the fighting of demons from various drow. Mostly pictures of Lolth's chosen, Vilra, who helped defeat the various demon lords, as well as aid in the fighting of Titans. And then the end of the table, towards where the Lady of the Web is sitting, has a very ornate picture of Zilvra holding up her whip, the divine weapon of Lolth. And from it is like this long web that becomes a city, and you realize that this is a picture of like the founding of Evernight. Specifically, its capital of Sunfall.
Okay. I did it. Thank God. Never again.
And that's what you know.
Should
That's all.
inform Rio and Denoct everything, but like.
But yeah, Varys and Beatrix knows that.
The fuck do I
I
know?
mean, I'm sure we recognize Titan. There was a statue of him in the demon place.
In the city, yeah.
That's true. You do recognize. Well, there wasn't really a statue to Titan, as much as there was a picture, and even then, that only captured his feet. But from gigantic dude, you can tell that's probably Titan.
I recognize his feet.
You would have seen him at Duke Valdo's place. Kiev wouldn't know that.
Duke Valdo, lol.
No.
So as time passes, servants come in, serve each of you your meal. It's a very light-looking meat. It's probably poultry or some kind of fish, maybe some kind of other seafood or white meat.
Great.
You're not quite sure?
It looks delicious.
Oh, I'm certain it will be. And she kind of just looks around. The Lady of the Web looks around.
I'm waiting.
And then she starts eating.
And then I start eating.
I love fish, I think.
Or whatever it is.
I love halfling.
I was on a boat. I'm sure I do love fish.
You're also part cat.
Right,
You're
even before, I even love it even more.
Yeah, you doubled down on fish.
What?
As just an aside, I've got the football game going in the background, and there was an Overwatch commercial.
Huh.
Oh, cool.
On Monday Night Football.
Huh. Anyway, so I'm eating.
I shall eat as well.
So, Mr. Denoct, how is it being a bounty hunter? Surely an educated man such as yourself would find better work elsewhere?
I'm going to have to roll for my reaction to this.
Okay.
Well, you see, I like stabbing people. And I like getting paid. So you put the two together and it kind of works out.
I see. Where was it you said you were educated again?
All these fucking intelligence check. What's a college? I think a 15 is a pretty good roll.
You know what a college is.
All right. Well, insert local college here. That there, yeah.
Go Owls.
Go Owls.
Woo! Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
So is there a specific type of college, like a mage's college, or just the closest college?
College. It was a community college that focused on stabbing people in the face.
My degree was in face stabology. I could have gotten my PhD, but I killed my instructor.
Oh, of course.
I got very high marks in throat punching.
Oh no.
I failed.
The Shadow. Yes, of course. The great school of the Shadow Walkers. I believe Zilvra herself founded it.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Go on.
Sure.
Go Shadow Walkers.
Yes, go Shadow Walkers, as they say.
I am on a reality television show. This is what's happening.
Beatrix. When she introduced you introduced Lady Stormbar. Please tell us about your homeland. I've been very I've been very curious.
Oh, well, I had heard that you were interested in possible trades with our gems from our mining. Oh, are you okay?
Yes, quite fine, my dear. Please continue.
Well, as I was explaining to Farin, are you sure you're okay?
Oh, I am perfectly fine, madam.
Shall I get you some water?
No, that is not necessary. You don't need to do anything. My servants, if I want water, my servants will be very quick to give it to me. More wine, please. And one of them pours some wine for her. She starts drinking it.
Well, as I was explaining to Farin, our export is usually the exquisite fish.
You start seeing blood coming from her mouth. And she looks daggers at Mr. Denox. You!
Is that the cue? She spit blood first, so we're allowed to now? The etiquette, right?
That's proper etiquette, yes.
I'm gonna roll a Constitution check to see if I can start hacking up blood right now.
I have no idea why she's doing this.
I would like to never know why she's doing this, so I hope this is
Do
just
you
as
actually
bad.
want to start coughing up blood now?
No.
Perfect. 3 threes in a row.
What the hell is going on with you guys?
So I failed all my rolls earlier, so
I'm not a wisdom character, goddammit!
I don't know about the poison, right?
Correct.
So I think she's just sick.
I think it's an elaborate joke.
You can give me insight, because she's currently looking at Mr. Denach.
She's pulling a Joffrey right now.
Yeah, she is. She is pulling on
You
Joffrey
can
so
tell
hard.
she thinks Mr. Denach has poisoned her.
Do I know that?
No, apparently.
I think it's an elaborate joke. I applaud.
Okay.
Oh my lady. What?
Stop clapping!
Varys is looking for cameras.
What a jokester you are.
I'm going to do this.
Shit, I don't know it was Mr. Denoct either. And that was a 1, not 8.
Mr. Denach has never poisoned anyone before. This is so out of character for him. Couldn't have been him.
Usually he's more overt with his killings.
Are you allergic to the meal? What's wrong with the meal? Is everybody else okay?
Tries to stand up. made you! And then she collapses. Guards start running into the room. The daughter, Farain, just looks absolutely confused as to what's going on.
So, are we gonna fight here, or do we want?
Nobody knows that it was us.
Right. So for right now,
What do you mean
nobody
knows it was us?
Nobody knows it was us.
Are you kidding?
I think it's an elaborate joke.
Perception to not know.
I didn't know it was us.
I think it's an elaborate joke.
You know now it was us.
Why? How?
Okay, we show up and suddenly she's dying of some kind of thing.
She could be allergic. She could be
We're
allergic
gonna
to
get
the
blamed
food.
for whether
It
it's us
could
or
be
not.
an allergic reaction. I have heard of
An
these
allergic
things.
reaction. Yes.
Why would-
Bahrain, are you okay? Is it an allergic reaction? What's wrong?
Farain's fine. Farain's doing it.
Yes,
I'm
but
gonna-
allergies are passed down mother to daughter.
Interesting.
Things I did not know.
Things that only happen overseas.
Huh.
So I'm going to jump up, and before the guards can interfere, I'm going to run over to Lady, what's her name?
I would not run.
Okay.
And I'm going to kneel down next to where she's collapsed. Is she conscious at all at this point?
She looks conscious, but she does not. She's essentially like convulsing at this point.
Poison is not a great way to go.
How many
Someone save
guards? How close are they?
You can hear them running down the hall.
All right, let's see.
They're not in the room.
Not yet, but they sound very close.
Who can cure poisons? No one? Great.
This guy.
That guy?
No.
Well, see,
I have
Tico,
to.
here's the
I have
problem.
to bleed the bad blood out with my.
Here's
So,
the problem.
if
My
we-
perception was
okay.
crap.
If we
and my
step
intelligence
outside,
isn't that high.
Dinok sees the paladin going to the lady, and Mr. Dinok has seen the paladin, has seen Kiev heal people before, right? So he might know. I don't know. Whatever Mr. Dinok and Kiev think is correct for their character to do, go for it.
wait,
What languages does Kiev speak?
He speaks Old Tongue, if that's what you're asking.
But so does like everyone here.
I speak
Except for that
Common, I
one.
speak Old Tongue. I speak
And well, yeah, Farain does too. So
what if we step outside and we call the guards for the drunk? Wouldn't that immediately shout innocence?
the guards are already here.
Do you know
Not yet.
Celestial or Elvish?
I know Draconic.
God damn.
I know Draconic. We could play some sort of crazy ass telephone.
So in Elvish, I relay to Rio, because it's Rio, that she had a plot to kill us all. And that we should not save her.
Okay.
Okay.
How bright is it in here?
It's dim.
Alright, I can teleport in dim light. I'm gonna teleport next to Kiev and just put a hand on his shoulder.
Here. What? Where did you come from?
I wouldn't. I just kind of whisper to him. We should be looking for an exit. She's not going to be happy if she gets up. If she was ever happy.
If she was ever happy.
Let's see.
You saw the fear of the eyes of her. They will be better off without her. Even if the new lady is only half as bad, it'll still be a marked improvement.
It'd still be twice as good.
I see.
Math.
Not really come here to do a revolution, but
Viva la revolution.
Yeah. We didn't come here to do any of this shit.
how much time do I have on the guards? Let's do roll of perception.
You have one turn left exactly. So each of you choose your one action to do before they show up.
I turn to Mr. Nocton in Elvish. I say, "Are you telling me this wasn't an elaborate joke?"
Do you see any cameras? Karamas?
Karamas?
Karamas.
He doesn't know what a karama
Okay,
is.
I
do that with a 24.
I use my bonus action to teleport Mr. Denoct. Assuming he didn't take... Does he still have the poison?
No, it's in the kitchen.
So you left it in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be anyone.
Never mind, then I don't teleport to Mr. Denoct. Well, I guess I do, and go, "Where's the poison? I don't have it. It's in the kitchen." I'm like, oh,
Wasn't the wait staff the ones that brought the food out?
Well,
Yes.
so there was no more poison. Like, if it was leaves, like you said, then it was like an empty box or whatever poison that she gave me. Because Denoct does not have a high intelligence. So, you know, the more poison, the more dead.
Right.
Oh god, you used it all.
Of course he used it all. He cleverly hid the entire box of poison into the meat. You saw that roll. A fucking 31!
Alright, so I am going to ponder for just like 2 seconds.
She literally ate all the evidence.
And I understand it.
It's the perfect crime.
So I'm going to very loudly shout, "My friends, I believe she has been poisoned. I will take care of this. You will be okay." And I hold my hands out, touch her, and you see kind of a light.
Mm-hmm.
And I cast Hold Person.
Wait, are the guards on their way or have they already arrived?
They haven't arrived yet. You have one action.
She immediately stops convulsing, and it looks like she's becoming calm and still.
She becomes
I know what he's doing.
immediately
Just so we're all clear there.
Yes, you did.
I'm
Yes,
I'm
calm
super
yourself.
It's not
sneaky right
convulsing
now.
anymore.
you will be well shortly.
This is the most fucked up thing we have done in the campaign so far. This right here, this is the most fucked up thing we've done in the
Right, we
campaign.
put one demon's
foam.
head in another
So
demon's
far!
asshole.
A red
But they
foam
were
starts
demons.
pouring from her mouth.
What? This I don't understand. The poison should be gone. Unless it's magical poison. Who could have done such a thing? It would take a wizard of great skill.
Denoct doesn't know magic.
Is Beatrix doing anything?
Yes. So, since the guards are coming anyhow, and obviously we're not making a run for it,
I've been informed this isn't an elaborate joke.
I go to the doors and I step out into the hall and I call for the guards. Hurry, please, I think the waitstaff has poisoned her.
Hopefully the waitstaff has like a powerful mage. Because otherwise their two stories are not going well together.
She could just very well be wrong. She doesn't know what's going on. And I can only assume this is Beatrix's honest guess as to what's happened.
Yes, because I have no idea what's going on.
Okay. So that's when the guards burst into the room. There
that
must
means
be at least
I
a
am
dozen of them
in the hallway.
coming from all the different doors at the same time. Carrying their spears. They look around and they see their lady still on the Yes, Beatrix is still in the hallway. They go past her on their way into the room. They see that the lady is still and has the red foam coming out of her mouth. They look around, not quite sure what to do. Is she dead? I don't know. You go check. I don't want to check. What if it's contagious? Poison's not contagious, you idiot. But what if it's magic poison? They see the paladin. You, paladin, surely you can cure her of whatever ails her.
I've tried, and I am afraid I have failed. It was too much. I believe it to be magic-based.
I told you it was magic poison. Shut up. Give me a deception check.
You're charisma-based, right?
I am, but I have no proficiency in that, so...
Oh, yes!
Oh, nice.
I told you it was magic poison. Shut up. Is the lady dead?
I
don't know, is she?
have no idea. Can I do an advantage on that? Because I heal things.
You're just going around healing dead people? I have no idea.
Well,
They should be moving.
Be healed, rotten skeleton.
since this isn't an elaborate joke, I guess I can go check if she's dead.
You normally make sure someone's not dead by poking them and see if they move, but you have whole person on her, so you just don't know.
Does she have a pulse?
Can I roll nature on this, or no? Do you want medicine?
It'd be medicine.
Alright. I'm gonna fail. Alright, better than Kiev. So
She's
I go over to the body,
very,
and I feel the
very
pulse.
weak pulse. Her eyes have rolled back into her skull. It's very possible that she's not 100% conscious right now, or rather is unaware of what's happening around her. So she's not dead yet, but you get the feeling that she's about to be dead.
Like a couple more rounds, Matt.
She may not. She isn't dead yet, but she's very, very close.
Oh, call the High Priestess! Call the High Priestess!
All right,
Call
are
the
there any-
locksmith.
Echoing down the halls.
Are there any of the guards, anyone in the room other than in the party and potentially Farain, because we don't really know, able to recognize magic? Like, do I get any idea of that? I'll do the thing.
Give me an insight check.
I don't have any idea.
You have no idea.
Let's see.
I mean, you know that there are some people here who are magically inclined, like Beatrix
Do
and
they
Paris.
all look just like standard guards?
Pretty standard guards, yeah.
What is Thoraine's reaction to this situation so far?
She mostly seems shocked and confused.
Farain, come stand with me. You don't need to be witnessing this.
What? I don't understand. What's going on?
I don't know, but we don't need to be anywhere near it. I don't understand it.
Cast haste on her, Ace.
Haste? You think casting haste on her is a good idea?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it let's theory craft. If you cast haste, your heart rate increases, moves the poison through her body quicker, she dies faster.
Mechanically, that's not how it works, but I'll allow it.
I don't want to do that! For all I know, it's magic poison, so I try to cast counterspell.
-1 level.
You
All right.
cast your best counterspell.
And it increases
And I try
the
to-
effect?
I try to counter the magical poison.
Counterspell wouldn't work here, actually. You know that. Because
Yeah, it's not
no
dispel
one's
magic.
casting a spell.
Right. It's not dispel magic. Dispel magic would work. So, that's not what I do. I have no magic that could help in this situation.
Yeah,
Other than haste.
I literally have zero magic that can help in this situation.
We feel like she's probably losing, if not unconscious, then about to be.
You guys...
She's about to be dead.
I know.
She is like seconds away from being dead.
Make way for the High Priestess! Make way for the High Priestess! You see guards start parting away in the halls, making room for someone.
I'm still feeling her pulse. What's she like right now?
If the High Priestess gets into the room, she'll probably survive. Assuming the High Priestess knows healing spells. Which, seeing as her title's the High Priestess, she probably does.
Alright. I bite my tongue.
Literally?
Literally. I bite my tongue hard enough that it starts to bleed, and I get it to froth in my mouth.
Okay. You now have a very frothy, metallic tasting froth in your mouth.
I start coughing, and I go, "Oh God! I've caught the magic poison also!"
Give me a either performance or deception check.
I guess that's performance. I don't need them to believe it. I'm going to start running out of the room towards the High Priestess.
Okay.
And I yell.
So you push through the guards. You see this woman in metal plates carrying a long staff with a spider and a web at the top. Her armor's all black. She sees you, and then you start. What do you do?
I hack right in front of her so it sprays across her chest plate. And then I start to collapse towards her.
Oops, ignore that.
I was gonna say, holy shit, I don't think we need to go to that level yet.
No, ignore that.
Okay. The High Priestess looks very wary at you, and then just pushes you to the side.
So I lean over and
then continues walking.
I would like to trip her as I'm falling.
Okay. Give me either an athletics or an acrobatics check.
It's athletics.
Oof. Okay. You fall, and then as you do, you push her into one of the guards. She goes stumbling and then hits her head on the wall of the hallway. The other guards catch her. "Oh, High Priestess, are you okay?" "I'm fine." She rubs her head. She looks around. I don't have time for this! And she starts moving quickly towards the door to the dining room.
I lean over to Varys, and I'm like, this needs to hurry up. She wanted to kill us all. This is an Elvish. He knows Elvish.
You're gonna have to convince me that she wanted to kill us all.
Right, because you sucked at all your insight checks.
Right, I have no idea what's going on.
It wouldn't be deception because my insight did say that there was way more to it than what she was saying.
If your character honestly believes it, then give me
Then it's a persuasion check.
Yes.
Don't worry, my insight is shitty as fuck, so this probably won't go well.
I'd rather go with deception though, because I know that this is like super sketchy, and I really just want her dead right now. So I'm gonna go with that. With advantage.
With advantage.
Unfortunately not.
Yes! Yes!
Wow.
So we're clear.
Holy shit.
So we're clear.
She was trying to kill you all.
So we're clear. Here's been my insight rolls for the last 4 rolls. 2, 2, 2, 1.
Varys, I can give birth to ponies.
You're not there.
I can do it, man. 7. You're gonna believe it.
The naked one births ponies, demon.
All right. While I'm still holding her hand to check. While I'm still holding her hand to check her pulse, I cast haste on her because I truly, truly believe that she was trying to kill us.
I don't think you can, actually. It says choose a willing creature. I don't think she's willing.
Oh, that's
But-
I
true.
don't think she cannot be willing.
Yeah.
How does
She's kind
how
of
does
Unconscious
how does willing
will.
creatures work for unconscious people?
Sorry.
Maybe a DC con save? Because it would be speeding up of the body, so that'd be a constitution and just your spell DC, I guess. If he's going to let you use it, is the only thing I can even think of.
Yeah.
Right,
So what's your normal
It's 16, I believe. Hold on, let me double check.
Just roll something.
characters be willing?
Undo condensed. Which one would have it? Probably Earth Tremor. Earth Tremor would have it. It's a DC of 16.
Well, I'm pretty sure, given 2 things, the fact that she's on the edge of complete unconsciousness and or death, and she's under the effects of a whole person spell,
2.
I don't think she's willing.
Well, she just rolled a 2 anyway.
So the foam in her mouth just starts erupting, almost like a tiny, morbid volcano.
Subject X.
Wow, a tiny morbid volcano.
Tiny Morbid Volcano, new band name.
Right. Such a good band name.
A band entirely made of
They're a death bluegrass band.
Right.
Oh my god.
I would
I
listen to
have
that
to
band.
Google this.
I'll play the
Death Blue
kazoo.
Band.
Even though she's held by whole person and her body doesn't move, you still see her eyes twitch. Agony. Until they suddenly stop. It's around that time the high priestess finally gets through the door, crouches down.
I stopped
says-
concentrating immediately after she is her eyes stop moving.
Is Dan gonna do the same? Dan
walked
left.
out of the room.
Dan walked
Concentrating
away.
We're gonna
Oh.
go with yeah.
I'd assume yes, because
Yeah, he doesn't.
He's
He
stupid
knows the
now.
high priestess is coming. He doesn't want to be caught casting spells while she walks into the room.
Yes,
Right.
I stopped concentrating, yes.
she places her hand on the lady of the web. After a moment, turns to the guards and says, "She's dead." The guards some of them seem to just give this long sigh of relaxation. Other of them kind of very nervously eye Farain. Farain herself is, I believe, in the hallway with Beatrix.
Why, yes. I didn't want her to experience this, whatever is happening.
Okay. So, Farain slowly walks towards her dead mother. She takes the chain crown from her mother's head with the red ruby in the center, and she puts it on her own head. Says, I believe that makes me Lady of the Web now. The collective guards and servants don't quite seem how to react. One of them just suddenly, and then they all start clapping.
Slow clap intro? Are you shitting me? Are we sure we're not on a reality television show? Should I turn around?
I clap while foaming at the mouth.
Oh my god. I turned to Mr. Deduct and I'm like, are we sure this is not an elaborate joke?
I had followed Farain in there, and I do a very low curtsy.
I run over to Rio and I say, "Oh, Naked One, I did not realize you had been poisoned as well. Be still, I will fix this. I believe we've caught it in time." And I bat on him as well.
I go, I'm bleeding from my tongue. Cure wounds.
Drink a potion, you asshole.
Oh, I stick my tongue in a potion.
The potion seems to heal it right up.
Yay! I'm not dead.
Oh my goodness gracious. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened?
I don't know, man. That shit got real crazy real quick.
Nobody saw that one coming.
I didn't see that one coming.
There's not a lot of things that happened right now that I would have seen coming anywhere. And my character doesn't have any idea what's happening either, so I'm going to walk the fuck away.
To Beatrix, who says, "What do I do now?" Well, she whispers, "What do I do now?"
Wave and be the best leader you can be.
Trade fish with us.
The cheering continues.
That's a lot of guards.
But I would suggest we have a nice ceremony for your mother.
Oh, yes, right, her. Yes.
And allow your saviors,
This is a fucked up family. I swear to fuck, I want to be out of here.
I'd like to use insight to see if she is at all upset that her mother is dead.
Not really.
Well, she was spared all the gruesomeness that had happened. You're welcome.
Wait, she didn't see the mini blood fountain?
I do not know. She did not see the tiny morbid volcano.
Right. Fountain. Volcano was much better worded.
Volcano.
Oh my god, I want to be out of here. Can we leave?
After we get our reward for rescuing her.
You get whatever reward it is you want. I want to never be here again.
You wanted to look at the wizard's place.
I want to read books and forget.
So as the cheering dies down, Farain, now Lady of the Web, says, Will someone please escort my mother to the catacombs? The rest of you, I believe dinner is done for now. Please go to bed. There are things we'll discuss in the morning. Yeah, I think that's it. Good dinner, everyone.
I nod in her direction.
Servants. She snaps her fingers. Please show our guests to their rooms.
I don't know what the fuck's happening. I follow the servant to whatever the fuck room they tell me to go to.
The servants lead you all to a back corridor that has a number of rooms that are bedrooms.
I just wanted to learn more about the fucking airship.
Each of your bedrooms is pretty much the same. A desk, a chest, a 4-poster bed with a canopy on the top. They're pretty clean. They're clean beds. They're soft beds. And that's pretty much it in the room.
Is there a wardrobe?
Yes. Also, there's a wardrobe too. Yes.
I make up my bed to make it look like there's a person sleeping in it, and I go and meditate in the wardrobe.
Oh, damn it. I was going to go search the wardrobe for Narnia.
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Denok does not find any interdimensional gateways inside his wardrobe.
Damn it. I was hoping for a nat 20.
that would help you see the no interdimensional gateway.
Right.
Instead of rolling a 1 where you think you just couldn't find them.
Is there anything in the room that could be of use in the future for, like, self-defense or killing another drow leader?
I mean, if you, technically, yes. If you, break the furniture and turn it into clubs, yeah.
I was going to say, sharpen the stakes for drow vampires, but...
Nothing that's... You have a magical You have a rapier with silver. And a magical flame sword. Nothing in this room is going to be better than those.
Correct.
Okay. So I stand the first watch.
In your own room? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't know who's supposed to do the second watch in your room, but alright.
You? You have to come from your room to watch me sleep in mine.
Wow.
I don't sleep.
I sleep.
Meditate.
I meditate. Right, I don't sleep either.
So everyone goes to sleep.
I do not go to sleep.
Oh. You choose not to sleep.
I can't go to sleep. I saw the tiny morbid volcano.
Roll something to see if you can sleep.
Wisdom saving throw, go.
Wisdom saving throw.
With disadvantage.
Yes! Oh my god! That's amazing!
Wow.
Ace, please remind me, what were your wisdom rolls? Last approximately 4 or 5 rolls?
2, 2, 2, 1. 2 20s.
You were due for them, I guess.
I guess so.
You
have no trouble
just shake your head. Drows are fucking weird, man. Make a note in your journal. Drows are fucking weird.
I guess
Close your journal, and that's all the thought you give to it before you go to sleep. Sleep like a baby.
Oh my god.
Best sleep you've ever had.
Wow, I could not have made up a rolls better than what just happened.
It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
You were oblivious through the whole thing. You believed she was trying to kill us, and then crit on being able to sleep through the night.
Oh my god. I want to roll my alignment again. Just make sure I'm still good.
As far as you know, you are. You didn't do anything against it. She was trying to kill you, for all that you know.
Right.
You guys wake up about 8 hours later. It's not the next morning. It's still night, but it's always night.
Right.
You take a moment to at first ponder, did you hardly sleep? And then you remember, oh, right. It's Evernight. You all kind of groggily wake up. As you open your doors, whenever you do, to leave your bedroom, there is a servant waiting next to your door. They inform you that the Lady of the Web would like to host breakfast for you.
Great. I love breakfast. It's my favorite meal of the day. I turned to my servant before leaving for the dining hall. What are we having for breakfast?
Eggs and fried pork.
Ah, yes, very traditional.
Damn, that sounds good.
It does. You should ask what kind of eggs.
No, I don't need to. I'm down. For,
I'm
down for whatever the fuck it is.
I'm just surprised it's not a fucking garden.
Right. I'm surprised it's not a fucking person
Pleasant.
stabbing us.
What are we having for breakfast? Gem.
Okay, so I head to the dining hall.
As do I.
Yeah, concur.
Alright, so you all head to the dining hall.
Morning ones.
There's Farain sitting at the head of the table. She has scrolls, books surrounding her. She seems absolutely confused by everything. As you sit down, she suddenly perks up and looks around and, yes, you all. Thank you again for yesterday. I'm the new Lady of the Web as the head of House Zelociant, and as the head of House Zelociant, it falls to me for rewarding you for saving the previous heiress of House Zelociant, who was me. Yes.
Okay. What the
Who the
fuck?
fuck was that?
What was that?
I don't know.
Maybe it was Mia.
Maybe.
Yep, that's her. That's definitely her.
Why is she so loud all of a sudden?
I don't know. It scared me. It also sounds like she's listening to like a show or something.
Yeah.
I think that's the background music.
No,
I
that's
think that's
us.
Oh, it might be us. Mia!
Oh god, why would you do that?
I don't know. Extreme curiosity, I guess.
4% works pretty well, if anyone was wondering.
Except when she actually starts talking to us again, when she sits down at a computer.
My guess is that she walked away from her computer, and
cool,
since there was no other sound in the room,
speaks Beaver.
Windows automatically cranked up her mic.
Oh,
Nope.
God. Remember when TeamSpeak
Then
used to
I
do
don't
that?
know what's happening.
So, let me
She might
try
have
to remember.
unplugged her headphones.
You all wanted to see the court wizard. Yes, she should have arrived here this morning. If you still wish to see her.
Yes, I believe that I would like to speak with her.
Right, and I remind I also need a blacksmith and a mason, as well as the wizard, to come back to my ship to modify a weapon and create a basin with some runes on it.
A new magic item for reasons that I can't go into right now.
That's not going to fly.
I don't think that's going to fly.
And she told you she wasn't going to give you a magic item, but that our magic items would be identified.
No, she definitely
she said that when the court wizard gets back, that she will look for some kind of magic item to give you.
Oh.
Right. That was the whole thing that I said.
I missed that part.
But she was super sketchy, so I killed her.
Right. We remember that part, Decoy. We remember that part.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if you had forgotten about the tiny volcano.
No, I remember.
Tiny morbid volcano. I'm sorry. What was promised to you, Mr. Denoct?
It seems that your mother was quite fond of the line of work that I'm in, and she promised that when the court magician, or whatever it is, arrived, that she would assist me in my efforts to kill people.
To find magical
That was going so well until I got to the end.
You are
I'm sorry. Kill
goods.
Who?
In my line of work, the bounty hunting. Quite fond of it.
See.
Yeah.
Well,
dead or alive reward, magical items, that sort of stuff.
I'll see what the court wizard has for you.
Excellent.
You're getting something cursed.
I want out. I want out so bad.
She snaps for a servant. The servant comes over and she whispers something into his ear, and the servant leaves.
Can I make a perception check to see if I can hear it?
Sure.
21.
I want out so bad.
You don't hear all of it, but you certainly hear something along the lines of a magic item for the bounty hunter.
Excellent.
So, in time, Rio also heard that. Well, Rio just heard something about magic item and bounty hunter. In time, the servants come out with food, eggs, bacon, for all of you.
I sit close to Kiev.
Okay. The Farain looks around a bit confused and then goes, "Oh, right," and then she starts eating.
I start eating blissfully and without a care in the world.
Okay.
Inside here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm screaming.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Me?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Paladins are immune to poison at 5th level, right?
disease, I believe.
Disease.
Oh, that's even more useful. Because poison you
Unless
can
you're
cure.
about to eat poison food.
But he can cure poison!
I go over and put my hand on Kiev's shoulder and go, let me eat first. You don't eat yet.
Can he self-cast
And
that?
I'm like, just get ready. With the hands. And I take a bite.
Is something the matter, Mr. Rio? Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I guess we'll see. Maybe.
Nothing happens.
Is he fucking with us? Is this a ruse? Am I on another fucking reality television show? What is this place?
Hey,
No, you do not ask me what the fuck I'm going to roll.
Hey, roll insight.
No, I will not.
I
will not. I will not.
Kind of like making sure I'm not dying. All right. And I take another bite.
Yep. You seem perfectly fine.
Would it be rude to not eat?
It'd be pretty rude, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, God damn it.
Take a bite, sir.
I'm just eating. I'm eating like there's
That's
nothing
why
wrong.
I sat next to the healer.
Okay.
You seem perfectly fine.
Okay.
Is
Beatrix? What'd you say?
This is fine.
Well, I must insist, Lady Stordabar, you have to keep up your strength if you wish to consider or continue adventuring and such. Please, our chefs are some of the finest in the land.
So she's eating the same food we're eating, right? Well,
Yes.
the same food.
Appearance-wise.
Right.
Appearance-wise, yes.
Yeah,
Got
just
it.
like the queen was eating the same food.
Right.
Except.
Mr. Deluxe hasn't been in the kitchen that I can tell, right?
Not that you know of.
Oh, God.
All right. I'm still eating. I'm gonna just scarf down my meal and finish it up.
I feel pretty safe
Alright.
knowing that the Denox Uno sounds like shit, so.
The Denox Uno.
Oh. Okay, Lady Stordabar, please. If you feel at all unwell, see the High Priestess. I'm sure she could fix whatever it is that is ailing you.
She didn't fucking fix me.
She
I'll
can
eat.
fix this.
Okay.
Anyway.
He's an expert at touching himself, so he's not worried.
Right.
Yes, I have much practice.
Oh, Jesus.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
You see what I did there? Well, I didn't roll till he told me to.
You're right.
Right.
And I rolled poorly.
Kiev feels the sensation in the back of his throat. And then he sneezes. And the sensation is gone. Other than that, he's perfectly fine.
You have very potent peppers in your country.
I was going to say paprika.
No, paprika's way too mild.
Oh, damn it.
What did you just
Well,
drop?
get some paper towels and clean it up.
Oh yes, that's the moon peppers. They are quite delicious though.
Ah, is that what I'm eating? That's delightful.
Doesn't taste
You all-
like that at all.
You all finish off your meals. And then she says, I believe The court wizard is in her workshop now. You can... She motions over for a servant. Please escort them to the court wizard's workshop, if you will. He nods and beckons you all to follow him.
I stand and bow to the Lady of the Web before I leave.
She gives you a curt nod.
I follow suit.
Mm-hmm. She does the same. And for every other person who bows, she does the same gesture.
Yay.
Yes.
And then, and then I go to the court wizard.
Okay. He leads you down a hall and then up 3 floors of stairs. He then leads you across an open path that leads to a high tower that's off of the main manor. You open the door, and before you...
Oh, it's Little Witch.
No way!
You see a little girl in a red hood, looking quite smug, while sitting on a chair.
I'm so happy!
Hello, little one.
Oh, hello to you, Mr... Wait. She looks to Rio. Don't I know you from somewhere?
I have magic soap. No, I go, not from this world.
But from the previous one.
Yes!
Are they speaking in Old Tongue in front of us right now?
Did Rio switch to Old Tongue? Because if not, she's still speaking Common.
Yeah, I said it in Old Tongue.
It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
then yes, she's talking in Old Tongue now.
Well, I know that, so I turn to both of them and I ask them, previous world in Old Tongue.
Yes, what is this?
Oh, yes. There was a... how to phrase this? She's saying this in Common now. I suppose the phrase would be a magical cascade failure. There was this object of immense power that had to complete a task that it couldn't and yet could, so it did its best by essentially reconstructing the world from the first day in a manner that would allow it to choose an alternate path than it had previously taken. If that makes sense at all to you.
I think so?
So that she still exists in some form?
No. And yes, but mostly no.
Wait, so what is this about a chest?
Start rhyming again.
Is the chest the magical object in question?
Yes, it is. You're very perceptive, Mr.
Varus. Mr. Varus. You can call me Varus.
Mr. Varus.
But wait. If this entire world... If what you say is true and this entire world is an alternate path, an alternate history of another world, how then are you aware of both paths?
Because
how are you? It's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Because, unlike everything else the chest made, it couldn't unmake me.
How very interesting. Yes.
I suppose I'm just made of sterner stuff.
I
Like the
suppose
soap.
so.
Like the soap, yes.
Are you the one who gave him this everlasting soap I've been hearing about?
I am the very one.
How much for everlasting soap? It interests me.
How much did I say was it before?
I think it was like 3 silver.
No, it was like 10 gold.
Yeah, I think it was 10 gold.
Was regular soap 3 silver?
A whole
Yeah.
platinum for everlasting soap.
That is correct.
I will pay for such a thing. It interests me just enough. Now then.
Please, put it into that box over there.
And I drop a platinum piece into the box.
Do you bathe enough demon to use everlasting soap?
I bathe just fine, thank you. Dragon.
It has more than mere hygiene uses, I'll have you know, dear Dragonborn.
Limitation.
It is everlasting.
Punishment.
Now then,
Exactly. The uses are innumerable. Not really, though.
You caught my name, but I didn't get to catch yours. What is your name?
Call me Little Teacher.
Little Teacher?
Yes.
Very well. That is what I shall call you. Now, I have many, many questions. A lot of them revolve around a floating orb.
Oh?
Yes, I believe that the demons were constructing and I'm pulling out the prototype for the flying airship. I believe that the demons, before the end of the war, were constructing some sort of airship, and it revolved around a prototype that they had made. This orb appears to be running on the same power source that they had used, the blood generators.
Yes.
But instead of merely moving in two directions, it can float.
Yes, it can.
And I show her the prototype schematics. And so I was wondering how to recreate this orb, because it has been perplexing me.
The orb itself has to be made of a very specific crystal. Now, the question at hand isn't getting the crystal itself. The crystal is actually quite everywhere, but in very, very small amounts.
I see.
You see, you would have to find a gigantic crystal and then carve it into a sphere.
But that would pose quite a challenge, wouldn't it?
It would be quite the challenge.
Could you form the crystal instead of trying to scavenge it? I feel like that would be a much easier task.
You could, however, there would then be magical ley lines within the crystal, between every part that was pressed together.
Yes, I see what you're saying. No, it wouldn't work that way.
It would not.
It would be chaos.
Because the next step would be to create those magical ley lines within the spherical crystal itself.
I see. I'll have to take some time to study this more. What crystal is it that allows these ley lines to exist?
I'm sorry, what?
I asked what crystal is it that allows these ley lines to exist and be used?
Oh, it's simple quartz.
Simple quartz?
Simple quartz. Again, the trick isn't finding it, it's finding one big enough.
But, most samples of quartz I've seen, the size is no bigger than a man's thumb. There's no...
Some men's thumbs are bigger than others.
I suppose so. It looks like you're looking for a giant's thumb worth of quartz.
Ah, that would be the trick, wouldn't it? Well, thank you very much.
Mr. Denacht, I believe it was.
Yes, Little Teacher, was it now?
Yes, it's Little Teacher now. She reaches over her desk and then tosses something to Mr. Denacht.
Is it a pair of slippers?
It is something, it's almost like a small box wrapped in paper.
A gift? She's giving him a gift? It's very uncharacteristic of her.
The magical item that she was told to give Mr. Denacht.
Oh, right, I see.
Are these the slippers I asked you about last time we met?
I'm sorry? Wait, did you actually ask her about slippers?
Yeah.
What did you ask her for?
Slippers of spider climbing.
Oh.
I never expected to meet her again, but I did ask her.
No, that's the gift from the lady. Although I do still have those slippers if you think they're worth the price.
How much is the price?
I turned to Rio and I'm like, everlasting soap!
It's
It lasts
great.
forever!
Think of all the slapstick comedy you could do with people slipping on it.
Think of all the surfaces you could clean.
Oh, God.
Think of all the unsuspecting people you could butt fuck.
Not that much. Maybe a 500 platinum would do.
500 platinum?
Well, they're not cheap, but they let you get everywhere.
Platinum. Oh, I don't have enough. Oh, wait. Let's see. Drop. Nope, I only have like 300 and some odd platinum.
Aren't you guys like fucking loaded? Because you run a
300
drug
platinum,
ring?
a lot of platinum.
Aren't you guys loaded because you guys run a fucking drug ring or some shit?
Yeah,
I haven't.
too.
Yeah, I've got like 175 platinum and then 1,800 gold, give or take. It's 1877. Oh,
Right.
no.
So I go, what's this do? And I point to the cap.
Oh! She looks over it. Oh, why? That's just a simple. Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. That's just a simple cap of water breathing.
Do you know what the word is to let me breathe water?
As soon as you say the word breathe, a dome appears on your head.
Ah.
Water? That's the word! Shocked!
I turned to a little teacher and I pulled the paint set out of my backpack. So, could you tell me more about these? I'm showing
The
you
box
to
of
her.
paints?
Yeah.
Why, that's Nojo's marvelous pigments. I'm very surprised you have those.
They were
That
found
was
in the.
made before the demons even showed up.
They were found in a factory that predated, or not predated, but predated the throne shattering.
Oh.
It could be that
I
they were
wonder if
perhaps
they-
collected.
Stole them off of someone.
It could be.
But, like the name implies, they are magical paints. Just paint something and it will appear. Just don't try to get wise with it. The paint can't create anything of beyond a specific value. I believe it's something around 20, 25 gold.
I see.
So if you try to paint a pile of gold, it will just turn into a heap of junk.
Interesting. I have been mostly painting simple objects, so it didn't seem like it was limited, but now that you have pointed it out, I never did try to make a large pile of gold. Although Mr. Denock did draw a dildo.
It was a cock and balls.
Yes.
Not a dildo, it just turned into a dildo.
Yes,
I
yes,
asked
that's
about
correct.
the cat rock and the flaming potion, which is no longer in my inventory. I don't know if that transferred.
I may have just forgotten to write it down.
You gave it to somebody else to hold on to it while you were out last week.
No, we. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what happened. So I asked her about
Barrett's, I
those.
think.
Oh, sure. So I hand her the potion in question. Mr. Denox would like to know what this does exactly.
Oh, well, that's just a simple potion of fire breathing.
Ah, excellent.
If you drink it, you'll breathe fire.
That sounds like fun.
Sounds like a very good like birthday party celebration.
And one last thing, and I hold up a jar of what appears to be like a white liquid, and I'm like, "What is this?"
Horse cow.
Oh, that's Keotom's ointment. Keotom's ointment.
Keoton's ointment. What does it do?
It'll heal just about anything.
Anything? What limit does it have? Surely it couldn't heal anything. Could it?
Well, it can't cure death.
That was my next question, so thank you.
I guess we could have gave some Wayne.
Well, I didn't know what the liquid did at the time.
Right.
Oh, were you two? Oh, were you there for that?
Yes. Some might say it was like a more tiny, morbid volcano.
What was?
The blood foam coming out of her mouth.
Oh, that is quite unsettling.
Yes. But we didn't do the cat rock. Cat rock, cat rock.
Oh, yes. The rock doesn't do anything.
The eye.
But this little gem in its eye is what's known as a good luck stone.
Ah.
What does that mean?
Gives you good luck. Mechanically speaking, if you're holding on to it, you gain +1 to ability checks and saving throws.
Oh, sweet.
Right, which you can't do because you're now dual wielding.
Well, like, is it holding or is it just like on my person?
On your person.
Okay. Because that'd be weird, like running around pinching like a little jewel. All right, so how do I make that work with my character sheet?
I think in the gear, maybe. We'll figure it out later.
Okay.
So I tell her about the staff that Word Eater
Yeah.
Word Eater had, and how I'd like to transform it into a quarterstaff that I can wield.
Oh. So you fought him, did you?
I pull Word Eater's head out of the bag.
Wasn't even going to respond because I knew it was coming.
Oh yes, that is most assuredly Word Eater. In the previous world, we actually caught him and made him give up his secrets. But I see that your actions are just as valid.
He'll still give up his secrets.
I use his mouth as a puppet, and I say, I wear women's underwear.
I love Blood Eater, or whatever his name is.
I love Blood Gutter.
Blood Gutter.
I love
Gutter.
Blood Gutter. And I love you, Word Eater.
Oh, I see you got 2 of them. Well, that is...
He has a
Blood
collection.
Gutter was the one who created the generators.
I see. So he created the generators. How fascinating.
Word Eater was looking for a scroll. Do you know what the scroll is, what it does, and where is it? I asked that first one twice.
I don't know. It could be anything. Did he say what it did?
No, not that I can recall.
Then I honestly don't know.
I theorize that
He
it could have been the prototype for this flying airship.
It's possible. I mean, if the denizens of Fort Wayfar did finally get the ability to fly an airship, well, that would put quite the hamper on.
Yes, I can't imagine that there are very many kingdoms who could repel an airborne attack.
It's very disappointing that they never discovered the technology of Gossitonia, but I guess they never existed in this timeline.
Oh shit, can I cash in with her?
What is this Gassatonia? What is this thing?
Oh, just a very far off land.
And no, you can't cash in with her. She's not...
Not Gossitonian.
She's not Gossitonian,
She
right?
knows how much the stone's worth.
Doesn't have a credit terminal nearby.
There's no ATM nearby.
I ask her. She's supposed to help me make the. Can you instruct a blacksmith on how to
I would say create...
customize the polearm? And can you instruct a mason to make us a basin with. Actually, we can do the Mason part. Can you show Varus the runes for in order to keep blood fresh in a basin?
Oh, certainly. You also will need a blacksmith. I can do that for you right now if you wish.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Are you holding out the... Who has the... No, you don't even have it with you.
No, it's on the ship.
Right, it's on the ship.
Right.
Send for the captain.
The
For
spirit
low
itself.
price, I can help you with all of those things.
You could teleport over, grab it, and come
that's
back
probably not a
if
great
you wanna
idea.
risk the demons.
We might want to bring her to the ship as opposed to.
Right.
I feel like we've done this before.
We have done this before. We've done this exact thing before. We've done this
I don't know
exact.
why,
We
but-
had a magical, not really magical, mirror, and I'm pretty sure we brought her over to the ship to investigate it.
Yes. I am having these strangest sense of deja vu.
Well, I
Oh,
don't
man.
see why you weren't even there. What
Either
happened
he
to
died-
those other ones? She's asking Rio.
Well, Jack Smokesong was not with us when the world changed to what it is here. He was not in the circle of protection. So he might be still alive in one instance or another, but probably with no knowledge of the old world. The cleric we were with went on his separate way, and the, what was he, a fighter?
Yep.
Corwin settled down with his lady love and have children. Might have children.
Probably have
I
children.
don't know.
Roll to see if you have children.
Let's not do that roll again.
What would I roll for that?
And
That's
Mr.
what I
Knox
asked.
right there. Oh, the captain! The captain came with us.
What happened to the dwarf?
Oh, I don't know. She was a druid. I assume she's living among the trees somewhere, far away from her dwarfen constituents that she did not like that came with her.
Oh. That makes sense. Well, I suppose it's time to go see that ship of yours again.
Real quick. So I show her the pristinely maintained robe of
Firebook
useful
1.
items.
Thank you for the follow and
And,
welcome to
I
the
asked
Madness,
her
where today we
if,
are playing
she'd be
Dungeons
willing
and
for
Dragons 5th
trade.
edition.
For the slippers.
Mm-hmm.
And what are those slippers of?
I don't know if that's a good idea. That's
Spider climbing.
I mean, we haven't used it, but we could.
Spider climb lets you, what, walk on anything?
Walk on anything. Any surface direction. All sorts of stuff.
I look at the tiny box that's near the door. Is this?
Oh, and I still haven't opened up my box.
Is this normally for payment?
You should do it while we still know what she can answer what the fuck
Yeah.
it is.
So, and I opened my gift box.
Oh, good. She's looking at the owl.
In the box, which isn't really a box, it's just a wrapper. You untie the rope around the paper, you unwrap it, and you find a bar of never-ending soap.
Hell yes.
Wow.
Clean all the bloodstains.
The lady insisted that this is what I give you.
Of course.
Right.
You chicks would like to know if the owl is for sale.
I mean, I normally would have just given you a cursed item, but she insists I give you something not cursed.
So
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all these cursed items now, but I suppose one day they'll be used. No, my owl is not for sale. I'm very sorry. It is my familiar. It will stay here. You remind me of someone.
Me too.
Before we go, little teacher,
Anyways, yes,
two
I feel like
questions.
that trade would be perfect.
Plus, you don't even know that I have it.
What?
Ian doesn't really know what it is, but
Yeah, Kia.
I know. There's a portable hole in there, man.
Now there's a hole. I don't know how long it lasts, or if it's exactly portable. If I just like throw the patch out and then all of a sudden, poof, there's a hole.
That's exactly how those work. Yes.
Yep, portable hole.
No. Like, can I take it with me, or is it like a one-time use thing?
If, as far as I remember, if you recall in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, when they had a hole that they could just put onto a surface, I'm pretty sure it works that way. I'm pretty sure it's also reusable, but I would have to double check the DM's guide. It's been a while since I looked at it.
Is it reusable?
You don't know.
I wouldn't expect it to be. I would expect it to be like that feather that's on the bird once it's gone. But
So I imagine like a hole that we could use all the time would be a little bit.
Well, yeah,
Crazy.
There's a reason that it's a powerful magical item. There's also a reason why you don't put it into a bag of holding, but, you know, that's a different story altogether. For those of you who are interested, putting a portable hole into a bag of holding collapses the universe. Because you have essentially created a
Well, the
black-
pocket dimension that the bag of holding is in.
Well, yeah, you have to turn the bag of holding inside out. And you will collapse the world around you into the pocket dimension of the bag of holding. In case you ever you feel like doing that.
Good. Now we have another way to end the universe. It's what I wanted.
Don't worry. That's only if we get a bag of holding. It probably won't ever happen.
So it's not really a hole as so much as a entrance to a pit.
It is an entrance that you essentially create.
Deco,
Right.
don't look up magic items.
Well, I was just curious as to like how I would use something.
Just trade it for the spiral climbing
Yeah,
slippers.
I had assumed that we had already done that. 'Cause,
Yes.
Okay, cool. Oh, so there's still. I'm looking at the like character list. There's still like a ton of shit that we don't know what it does. Like the Roaring Star, we don't know exactly what that does.
Right.
Tan bag, and all that stuff.
We know that the Roaring Star is an artifact of Bahamut, but I don't think we know much more than that.
not a lot. I was going to ask.
Right, you had two things you wanted to ask.
Yes. Two things.
You go ahead.
Yes, dear Dragonborn.
Could you please tell me about these? And I pull it out and kind of spin it through the air.
No!
And hold it up in front of her.
Yes, the Roaring Star. That is quite the powerful artifact.
What exactly is its nature?
Well, it was created by Lathander to give to his champion, who died. Then he gave it to another champion, who also died. And then he gave it to another champion who refused, and then another one who also died.
I'm
And then
seeing,
Lathander died.
I'm seeing a pattern to these.
But the fourth one stood up.
I look over at Varus and I hold up my soap and I go, do you think I'm the only one to use the soap? Think I'm going to be the last one to use the soap? It's never-ending soap. That doesn't mean it's going to kill you. It's just that good of soap.
You make a valid point. I retract my previous statement.
But Lathander had said, after the third one had refused, that he had created a magical kingdom in the middle of, well, somewhere. And that whoever holds the Roaring Star would be king of that kingdom. And its magical walls will forever remain locked until the Roaring Star is presented, at which point its gate would open and the king would be crowned.
So there are people trapped in a kingdom?
It might have been a metaphor.
Oh.
But it's also a magical kingdom, so maybe they're all perfectly fine and alive there. Maybe the subjects are magical themselves.
Do you know where this would be?
I do not. He never said.
I see. Thank you. I have but one more question for you, if you have the time.
Yes.
What can you tell me about a demon called the Father?
Not much. I assume he is some kind of father. And he has the in his name, so he must be important. That is my best guess.
Disappointing, but I understand. Thank you for your time.
Well, if you remember correctly, she's from a different world, which is the only reason she knows of Word Eater. The father was a low-ranking demon and only came to power in this world.
That's
so
true.
It's possible.
I am from that world, but again, the chest recreated the world starting at day one, and it could not unmake me. I have been here this whole time.
Wait, are you saying that you have existed since this world was born?
Right, I'm
Correct.
just saying that doesn't mean you've crossed paths with the father. I'm just saying you crossed
That is
paths
true.
with Word Eater last time. That's how you know him this time.
Correct.
Even if you didn't meet him this time. Curiosity's sake, I
Yes.
Are you
know
saying...
usually a lady never tells you how many universes she's lived through, but how many have you lived through?
That answer will cost you.
I
And she points over to her chest of gold.
Oh, okay. Good. I like my organs on the inside where they're in me. Right, thanks. Alright, I put up 2 platinum in there.
Ah, well. Just the 2. But thank you for your patron.
That makes us like the same age then.
I suppose, technically, yes. Although I was much older than you were.
Yeah,
in the
but
first.
once you go through universes, you just start counting by those.
That is true.
Traditionally. I am 2 universes old, so, you know.
I suppose counting at any smaller an increment is just tedium at that point.
Indeed.
Now then, let's see to your ship. And we'll end it there. Because it's 10.
Nice.
It is.
Jesus.
I'm so happy.
You were so distraught. I'm glad this cheered you up.
Well, we did murder someone, but
We did not. This Doc did.
Hey,
we were definitely accessory to murder.
I was gonna say I had a lot of help there.
Right, that was not a solo endeavor there.
Well, once the poison was in, the only way the rest of us were going to live was to kill people. So.
Right.
I think we contained it pretty well.
We contained it to one murder instead of a lot of murders.
Right.
But I mean, if you really want to trace it back, then so, and we were all just accessories after the.
So did you have
we
like?
weren't all accessory after the fact. One of us was factually a murderer.
Yeah, she was.
So did you have like? No, I can't hear you at all now if you're talking.
Yeah, we can't hear your mic.
And you're not muted, and I turned your volume back up, so.
Yeah.
So just for fun, was she planning to kill us?
To kill you? No.
To pin the murder on us?
Mr. Dunak, yes.
Oh man, dodged a bullet there.
Yes, that's what we'll go with.
We'll say that's what happened.
So did you have like guards set up and a fight scene and all that?
I did on another map.
Damn it!
Shit whiz crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
that was so much fun though. I love that.
I enjoyed using Hope Person. It was enjoyable to me.
I enjoyed Ace's wisdom roll progression.
Yes. 2, 2, 2, 1, 2.
The dice
20,
gods
20.
were in your guys' favor. I'll tell you that.
1,000 XP to everyone.
Nice.
For matriarchicide.
For right. For matricide,
She
I
was
believe.
Achievement unlocked.
Matricide.
Oops. Ignore that.
Oh, can I do that? I can do that! That's cool.
If you click it,
Oops,
you can click anything.
that was a total accident.
Oh.
You can click anything! The corpse justifies the means.
That's a lot of temporary hit points.
That is.
It is. It is.
Alright, anyway.
Not that good.
I'm gonna do the thing.
Do the thing.
Whew, boy. Alright, well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Throne Shatter campaign. Tune in next week, Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, where we will once again join our intrepid adventurers in probably storming a demon fortress, to be perfectly honest. We're going to storm a demon fortress at some point, and that point is coming very quickly. I've seen a small outline of the map of the fortress, and it is going to be huge. So this is going to be... prepare for a long series of intense fighting coming up in the next session. And until then, thank you all so much for watching. It was a pleasure having you all here. Have a good night.
And have pleasant nightmares.
Happened, along with like the red potions, but then it's not mint condition.
Right, I feel like if we wanted money for it, it would have been better to sell the whole thing.
That's true.
Oh boy, what a session!
Were the spell scrolls that were on there, were those randomly generated, or did you have 2 spells picked out?
I think I did have spells picked out, but they were randomly generated.
Okay. Yeah, that was a really fun session.
What a fucking session!
I'm really, it really makes me happy to know that I took like a designated, like, hey, they're going to get pinned for the crime. It's gonna be a combat scene, to a morbid blood volcano.
Right. Tiny morbid volcano. New
Yeah,
band name.
that use of haste was great. I'm glad you let us use it like that, Dark.
Yeah. Oh. I'm an accessory to murder that I'm not even aware of.
You're looking for cameras or some shit.
I'm
or
looking.
Cameras.
Cameras, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck are cameras? I am still under the assumption that it is an elaborate joke that went wrong at some point, and I only wrote down Drow fucking weird.
Let's see. What's my typical attack roll now? This one, and that one. So that's 8, 16, so that's 24, and be 35 damage.
I'm still so
okay
happy that little witch exists in this universe.
Little teacher?
Yeah. Whatever.
It's little teacher.
It's little teacher now. But I know.
Dark, if you could put the quarterstaff in my inventory for next session.
Okay.
If you don't mind. That way we don't have to.
I'll take it out of mine.
Have to do that. How's 7 treating you, Ace?
Pretty well so far, actually. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I had forgotten most of Midgar just because it'd been so long. But now that I'm out of Midgar, I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going. I looked up... What's that?
Do you like it better than 6 already?
I have to think about that. So far as combat's concerned, it's definitely a much more polished version of 6, especially with Materia versus Espers. It seems like they were trying to use the same formula, but they refined on it. Just because having the ability to swap out magic with different characters at will is so much more powerful than basically having to teach everyone a spell if you want them to have it. So, but then the other part of it is that there's permanence to it, but you can buy more materia, so, you know, it has pros and cons. As far as story goes, I'm still enjoying the hell out of it. It still holds up even after all this time, so...
So are you doing just kind of a casual playthrough of it, or are you trying to...
7? Oh yeah, we are going super casual on 7. I'm not doing any of the weapons shit that's not, like, required of the story.
Barrett's a black mage.
Barrett is a black
mage.
Have
to... Well, I usually did that too. But
I honestly never did that till this time around.
So, one last thing D&D related before I have to go to bed because I got to do tomorrow. My buddy who was watching it said that